Welcome to Sahaja Yoga Meditation. This is our meditation step-up series for advanced meditators. If you are coming to Sahaja Yoga for the first time, you might want to check our meditation first step series, and you can find the link here. Likewise, if you have missed an episode of this series, you can also find the previous recordings here. So today we are going to talk about the VISHUDDHI chakra. The VISHUDDHI chakra is the fifth chakra on our subtle body, and its subtle qualities is about collective consciousness, communications, and a state of witness. First, let's have a look at its location on our body. Of course, it's located at the throat, as I indicated before. It's the cervical plexus within us. On our hands, the chakra is represented by your pointing fingers and the second toe. It is also in charge of our wrists and our ankles, our arms, our neck, and our shoulders. It is also in charge of quite a number of elements of our face. And it's also looking after the five senses that we have to perceive our environment. This center has 16 petals, meaning there are 16 subplexuses. On our head, this center is just at the root of our hair here. All right? So this is the basic of this center. Now we are going to settle, put ourselves in a bandhan, and go in meditation for a few minutes before to have a look at the qualities of this center. So let's do it together. Raising our Kundalini 3 times. Putting our attention inside and doing a knot on top of our head. And now the 7 bandhans, starting on the left, half a circle to the right 7 times. And we can put our hands on our laps, close our eyes, and go in meditation for a couple of minutes. Trying to establish the state of thoughtless awareness. At first, we might concentrate a little bit on our breathing, but then we can put our attention on top of our head without thinking. All right. We can open our eyes. And now let's have a look at the qualities of the VISHUDDHI chakra. The quality, as I said earlier, of this chakra is the collective consciousness, the communications with others, and the ability to establish a witness state within us. So this chakra has three different aspects. We have the center, the left side, and the right side. So we are going to see the qualities of each of these different aspects of this chakra. At the center level, the quality of the VISHUDDHI chakra is a proper communication with sweetness, kindness, and respect. The ability to have some diplomatic ways when we interact with other people. The feeling of being collective, being part of the world, experiencing this oneness, this collective consciousness, because we are all together. We all grow together as a society. The ability to be in a witness state with detachments, see everything like a play, not being worried too much. And also we have this ability to have more fun and humor because we see things much more lightly, so everything becomes more joyful. On the left side, this center relates to our self-esteem, self-respect. It is the center that embodies the pure relationship between brothers and sisters. It's also the pure relationships with others. And the ability to face and correct our mistakes without feeling guilty. In India, they have a beautiful ceremony called Raksha Bandhan that embodies the beautiful relationship between brothers and sisters, where the sisters are tying a little thread around the wrist of their brother. On the right side, the quality here is the respect for other people, the ability to interact with them beautifully, the ability to have a lot of diplomacy, to understand what is good for other people as well as for ourselves. And because this center is in charge of our voice, it's the ability to talk sweetly and clearly with other people without trying to overpower them, without being aggressive, and actually through our voice, actually providing them with some avenues to grow spiritually. So let's have a look at the issues that can affect this center. The enemy of the Vishuddhi chakra is jealousy. It goes against our common purpose, and it goes against the evolution of human society. At the center aspect, issue can relate to be too individualistic, having a lack of collective behavior, or lack of witness state and detachment, feeling that everything is just a big mountain to overcome. And at the physical level, if we catch a cold or if we have sinus problems, that can certainly affect that center. Smoking is also affecting that center quite a lot. We might lose the sensation or the perception of the cool breeze in our hands. On the left side, the left Vishuddhi chakra is affected if we feel guilty all the time, if we feel guilty for nothing at all, instead of facing our mistakes and acting to correct them. If we don't talk at all, or if we don't express ourselves, if we are lazy, is also affecting that center. If we have a lack of self-esteem, and if we have also an inferiority complex, the left Vishuddhi can be affected. On the right side, the right Vishuddhi can be affected if we don't use our voice properly, if we are swearing, if we have a harsh, aggressive speech, if we are sarcastic when we talk to other people, if we talk too much about superficial things, a lot of nonsense, if there is no depth in our communication, or if we are criticizing other people's behind their back, something that doesn't benefit anyone. So while on the left side it was a lack of self-respect, on the right side is if we don't have respect for other people, if we try to dominate them without voice, if we have a superiority complex. If this chakra is not in balance, the symptoms at the physical level can be, as I mentioned, we can have cold, flu, sinus problems, we can have throat problems, loss of voice. We can also have problems with our five senses, like we can lose the sense of smell, so on and so forth. The Vishuddhi chakra is also related to what we call our Hamsa chakra, which is just between our eyes at the start of the nose, just above the start of the nose here. And this is a small chakra that is very important because it gives us divine discretion which gives us the ability to differentiate what is right from what is wrong. So the principle, the incarnation that opened the Vishuddhi chakra is Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. And they had a major role in the Indian epic called the Mahabharata that happened a few thousand years ago. Now let's listen to a video of Shri Mataji, two extracts from a video where Shri Mataji will talk more about the Vishuddhi chakra.
Sri Krishna resides in our Vishuddhi chakra. In the center he resides as Sri Krishna. On the left hand side, his power, Vishnu Maya, his sister, resides. There he resides as Gopala, as the one who lived in Gokul, played as a child. On the right hand side he resides as the king who ruled in Dwarika, the king Sri Krishna. These are the three sides of our Vishuddhi chakra. The people who use their right side to dominate others use their voice to put down people, to show their authority, shout at people, are the people who get affected by the right side. The right side is caught up. On the physical side, you get a very big problem because the right heart cannot work out its flow. So you get what you call asthma and all these diseases, but especially when the right heart is affected by the father's problem. On the left side is the Vishnu Maya, is the sisterly relationship. When the sister, who is your pure relation, is not treated as a sister, when the attitude of a person towards women is of indulgence and of lust, then he develops the left Vishuddhi. When he develops a left Vishuddhi very strongly, and if he has a bad agya, or if he has eyes which are roving eyes, then this left Vishuddhi causes a lot of trouble. Left Vishuddhi can be also caused by, as you know, by feeling guilty about things or nothing at all. All these problems arise from Vishuddhi. But Vishuddhi chakra has a speciality. When the human beings rest their head upward from Mother Earth towards the sky, ether is Sri Krishna's nature. When he raised his head towards the ether, towards the sky, then this Vishuddhi chakra developed into a different dimension, and people started developing the ego and superego. Superego was already developed, but ego developed in such a way that it started suppressing the superego. That's how you have got conditionings on one side of the Vishuddhi and ego on the other side. When I told you the other day that you give up your free will, in the sense that when you raised your head, you did it through your free will with your power of growing that you had as animals. After that, now you have reached to the human level, and to rise above the human level now, you have to do is to seek your complete freedom. And for that, Vishuddhi chakra is going to help you along. On this Vishuddhi chakra, we have to really pay full attention. It is such a complicated chakra. It has all the vowels of a Devanagari script emitting out of the sound of the Shakti that is passing through it. of the Kundalini that is passing through it. So all the vowels are heard on these chakras. These vowels are, as you know, 16 in number. Without the vowel in the Devanagari, you cannot write anything. Vowels are the sustenance, are the power that supports every consonant. So it's very important that our vowels have to be fully nourished and respected. The movement of the neck, as you have seen, in all international life, if you see, everybody has practically the same. Even those who cannot hear, those who do not understand your language, you can nod like this, you can say no like this. Everyone understands this is yes or no. In some particular area, of course, they have little different type of nodding. But too much of nodding of head is not a very good sign. I have seen people in the West, if you tell them something to show that they have appreciated it, they'll go on for quite some time. That's not necessary. Just have to say, all right, or I've understood it. That's all. You have to use your voice instead of nodding like this all the time. It's very bad, very, very bad for the Vishuddhi chakra. Or some of them are the other way around. That whatever it is, they'll put up their head like this. And they won't talk properly. They will not say a word, they'll just keep quiet. You may go on pinching them, doing anything, they won't budge. This kind of personality is also very much detrimental to the growth of their evolution. Apart from that, their Vishuddhi becomes a very big problem. Because of Vishuddhi, there are so many problems. Like angina, you develop because of Vishuddhi. You develop spondylitis because of Vishuddhi. Sometimes people lose their voices completely. Sometimes they have all the time coughing. And there are so many physical problems out of Vishuddhi because, as I said, it's a very, very complicated center. It looks after your ear, nose, throat, all the 16 subplexuses are there, which are looked after by the center. But above all is the center of discrimination. The center of discrimination only comes when you are free people. Till you are biased, till you have your own concepts, you cannot be discrete. And that's the one point where one must understand that to achieve your complete freedom, you have to get your Vishuddhi chakra cleared out. First and foremost thing is that we must speak in a sweet manner. Speak to someone in a sweet manner. Not artificially, but sweetly. Speak in a manner that another person likes it. Satyam vadet, priyam vadet. Speak the truth. Don't tell the lies. If you go on telling lies, after some time, even if you tell the truth, it will become a lie. But if you are telling the truth, that even if you tell a lie, it becomes the truth. Now the greatest free will comes from Vishuddhi, as I told. And that's why we call him Yogeshwara. He is the Ishvara of yoga. The establishment of yoga is possible when you surrender yourself to Shri Krishna. Completely surrender yourself to Shri Krishna. Your yoga will be established. Means what? Means all your balances will be established. You go into complete balance. And that balance is complete because Vishnu, who is the incarnation for sustaining the dharma, who is responsible for giving you the balance, becomes complete in the form of Shri Krishna. That's why he said that you leave all the dharmas. Sarva dharmanam parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. That's why I surrender all of them to you. So all the dharmas, if you put it at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, means if you follow his ideals, then all your dharmas are balanced. But after realization, you go beyond dharma. Whenever you go wrong in dharma, dharmachyuta as they call it, when you go wrong in dharma, that's the time you have to surrender yourself to Sri Krishna so that he establishes your dharma. There are so many dharmas. There is the pati dharma, husband's dharma, patni dharma, wife's dharma, father's dharma, mother's dharma, son's dharmas, then rashtra dharma means the nation's dharma. Then you have all kinds of dharmas also, we can say, where one has to bow to the higher things of life. But then he says, Sarva dharmanam parityaj. Forget all the dharmas. Mamekam sharanam vraja. Just surrender your dharmas, all of them, to me. That is at Vishuddhi. At Vishuddhi Chakra, you surrender all your other dharmas. It means that it all gets sublimated. It all gets complete.
So, how to clear the Vishuddhi Chakra? We can use affirmations, like especially for the left side, like we did when we got our self-realization. We can say, we can put our right hand on our left shoulder, press it hard, turn the head towards the right, and we can say 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty, or Mother, I am not guilty at all. We can also say another affirmation for the Vishuddhi Chakra is, Mother, I am part and parcel of the whole, to increase this sense of belonging, this sense of oneness and collectivity. We can, of course, use mantras, and we are going to use them in our meditation. We are going to use, you can use the mantra of Shri Radha Krishna. And we can also use a technique that we can borrow from Mahomet, and that's by saying God is great, meaning Allah or Akbar. And the way we can do that, and I'll just show you that once, but you can do it 16 times, is look towards the sky, put your index fingers, that are the fingers of the Vishuddhi Chakra, in your ears, and you can say 16 times, Allah or Akbar, to increase this sense of oneness. You can, of course, give vibrations to the Vishuddhi Chakra. You can also put your index finger, the right one, on the throat, like that, for a couple of minutes. You can use a candle. That's extremely effective, especially for the left Vishuddhi. You can use a candle and do a bandhan on the left side. In the middle as well, but as always, we never use a candle on the right side. You can also get a Sahaja yogi to give you a good massage of the shoulders that will relax and remove all the tensions that can be accumulated there. In terms of behaviors, it is very important to speak sweetly, without aggression, with other people, not to criticize. And it's also useful to speak less if you are someone that speaks a lot or speaks too much. Or on the other side, if you never speak, if you never voice your opinion, try to speak more, just to get the right balance. Also, don't argue with other people about nonsensical things, about things that lead nowhere. In winter, it can be very useful to have a scarf to protect this center that can be exposed to the cold, so that we don't get a cold, the flu, or other viruses. And don't be lazy. Laziness certainly is not helping dead centers, and self-pitying is not helping dead centers, and feeling guilty. So if you feel guilty, just say stop, and simply say, okay, what can I do to correct the situation? And most importantly, Shri Krishna was all about the lila, the play. So see the fun in all situations, see life with fun, detachment, and humor. That certainly is going to help the Vishuddhi chakra. All right, let's meditate for a few minutes. So, as usual, we can put our hands on our laps. We can put our attention on top of our head. We can close our eyes. And reach that state of thoughtless awareness. So here we are going to use 3 techniques to improve our Vishuddhi chakra. The first technique is putting our right hand on the left shoulder, turning our head towards the right, putting some pressure on the junction of the shoulder and the neck. And here, with full confidence, we can say 3 times, Mother, I am not guilty at all. If we are the Spirit, how can we be guilty? If God is the ocean of forgiveness, how can we be guilty? Guilt will keep you in the past, preventing you to move forward. And put back your right hand on your lap. Now we are going to take the right index finger and putting it on our throat. In front. And here we can say 3 times, Mother, I am part and parcel of the world. And we can put back our hand on our lap. And now we can say the mantra of Shri Radha Krishna. It is written on your screen if you don't know the structure of the mantra yet. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Radha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. And we can join our hands in a namaste and put back our hands on our laps. And we can meditate in silence or with some music just for a few more minutes. All right. We can now end the meditation by raising our own Kundalini and putting ourselves in abandon. So let's do it together. All right. And you can put your hands in front of you and just see if you can feel the cool breeze in your hands. Or some indications where you should put your attention to improve your subtle system. All right, I hope you enjoyed this session about a very important chakra, which is the VISHUDDHI chakra. And I'm looking forward to be with you again in the next session to talk about another chakra. So thank you very much and happy meditating.
Kasturi tilakam lalatapatale vakshasthale kaustubham nasagre Navamutikam Karatale Venu Kale Kankanam Sarvange Chandanam Sulalitam Kante Cha Muktavali Gopastri Parinashtito Vijaya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Shri Nirmala Devi Namo